today, today, we're not pointing fingers at all. We're holding mirrors. We're holding mirrors now. Let's be real for a second. Okay? We're gonna be real. Let's be real for a second. Everybody has standards now. Social media is full of them. Don't settle. Know your worth. I require this. I deserve this. I deserve that. But here's the uncomfortable question: do you actually follow the standards you post about, or is it just a fad? Welcome to the Safe Love Podcast, the space where we stop romanticizing toxic love and start choosing what's healthy, real, and safe. Today, we're not pointing fingers. We're not holding anyone hostage. What we is doing, we holding the mirror up to you. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start the podcast. Y'all, everything that could go wrong always go wrong when I get ready to start a podcast. I don't know why, but I don't want to ring. Now the camera want to do its thing. But we gonna go ahead on and we gonna do it anyway because we glisten over here on TikTok. We glisten. So ask yourself this uncomfortable question now. Do you actually follow the standards you post about? No, we don't follow it. But we're gonna break it down here on the Safe Love Podcast, and we're gonna make this space sacred for you to say whatever you need to say or feel however you need to feel, and we ain't even gonna judge you. So standards do sound good until they're tested. Standards are easy when you're single, when you heal and think clearly, but standards get real quick. It get real quiet when your emotions get really, really loud. You said you wanted consistency, but entertain consistency. You said you wanted honesty, but you stayed after all those lies. You said you wanted effort, but you accept the bare minimum. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? If anybody over here as a mod, can you get David out of here? Why do we do that? You wanted consistency, but inconsistency is what you end up with. Why we do that? I think it's more comfortable to some people staying in the position that they is because it doesn't challenge you to move on. It doesn't challenge you to do better. It don't challenge you to do nothing. But yet, here you are complaining about the inconsistency, but you chose the inconsistency. Because a lot of us don't break, our standards out of ignorancy. We just break them out of attachments. If you dealing with somebody, you liking and you loving the groove that they giving you, you ignore all the other little flings that they got going on simply because you enjoy their company. But the company that they truly giving you from the bottom of the heart, if I got a mod over here, can you please remove David? Can you please remove David? Jay or Lily, can you remove David? And so we got to not sit up and choose inconsistency because it sounds familiar. We ain't with all of that. We gotta stop doing that, and we gotta start choosing ourselves. But guess what? At the end of the day, they gonna choose them. They gonna choose them. You said, please, no team takeovers. Please, tonight you need to behave. And yeah, I mean, we got to learn our standards that we set for ourselves. Why did we set those standards? Why did we position ourselves to come up with those standards? Because we want better for ourselves. But in reality, we still messing around with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta let the nigga go be the nigga. Let's talk about it though. Fear over starting over. Sometimes we rather deal with something that's familiar in our face or something unknown. And I don't know where that comes from. I would rather deal. This is what I get all the time. I would rather deal with so and so over here that I used to mess with because it sounds familiar to me, or because I know what they got, or I know what they working with, or I know what they saying. Why do we as people have the tendency of doing it? Potential over reality. We fall in love with someone could be instead of who they showing us. And I was guilty of this at one point in time, where I was so in love with this particular person. I'm being real, y'all. I couldn't see the inconsistency because the little bit of breadcrumbs I was receiving, I was okay with it. I was cool with it. He made me laugh. He made me smile. You know, y'all know what I'm saying. And so I was like, you know what? Why change it? You know, why do something different? You know, thank you for the likes. Greetings. We gotta step outside that, and we gotta know that we don't need to choose potential over the reality. We fall in with someone instead of what we really want. You know, somebody could come up to you, somebody could show shit, and then you running with it. Why we can drink and smoke together, got a vibe going on. They really a good person though, true to their core. But what are they showing you though? What are they showing you? You got to go by what you see and not what you hear. There's always low self-esteem in disguise. You can post confidence all day, baby. I see it all the time. Post it all day, baby. But if you don't feel worthy, you accept the less that you get. I see people post a lot of things, even people I went to school with, and they'll turn around in the store and they're like, oh, well, I be watching your podcast. I don't never like them, but I'm seeing what be going on. That really be affecting me. And I'll be standing there, I'll be like, what's going on with you? I thought you was in love. Just last week you were posted up with the nigga, you were doing this and that. But now your chest about to get. We gotta stop fooling ourselves. We really do. We gotta stop fooling ourselves. I'm serious. Emotional addiction. Toxic cycle feels intense and we confuse intense with connection. Just because he this tough, broad, buff guy and he can do this, he can pick you up when y'all getting ready to do you know what. Stop being emotional addicted to that. You know? It really ain't a connection there at all. We are portraying this image on social media now that there has been a part of our life. And back in our ancestors or our parents' days, they weren't always a front that they could put on. Something was wrong when you go and you see, well, I ain't see a mama ain't cooked the dish she's supposed to be cooked, or she usually cooked because granddaddy made her mad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got like be real. You knew grandma, mama, and them was bad. Grandma done cook a whole piece. You said, Grandma, what a sweet potato pie or what a cake is. Grandma said, I got tired, baby. He got on my goddamn there. I wasn't finna cook nothing for him. There was not no social media where things were posted, so that gives us bravery. You know? And I'm a one all for letting stuff out on social media because a lot of people don't have outlets. A lot of people don't have examples or whatever. They don't have that in front of them. So they have a tendency of coming on social media and expressing themselves in ways that some other people that might not agree with doing. If I'm being honest. But if you look at the bigger picture and look at, well, wow, what's really wrong with them, instead of talking about it, be a helping hand and say, hey, sis, hey, bro, what can I do to teach you? What do you need from me to help your life or your situation better? I may not can help you financially. Let's be real. I may not can't help you financially, but baby, I can pray some down. I can position you. I can request. I can write a petition. Like, I'm being serious. You don't force consequences and standards without boundary. It's just a suggestion. That's all it is. It's just a suggestion. You don't enforce nothing. I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people drop their stuff on me, and I listen to the conversation. And I say this all the time. When they get through telling me their story, I let them get it all out. And I say, you know what? At the end, when they get through talking, I say, what are you going to do? Like, seriously, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to, for the next 20, 30 years? Or are you going to keep letting your chest cave in? What we doing? What we doing? I need for us as people to get it right. I need for us to stand on business. I need for us to stop letting our past trauma control our future. I need us to stop doing it. Because now we got generations on top of generations of kids that's disconnected. Like, we got to stop doing it. You can't require what you don't reflect. Here's the part people don't like. You want communication, but you shut down. I want y'all to share this live. When I wrote the podcast for today, which I wrote early on the week, when I wrote for today, I said, I got to go in my bag on this one. I can't leave nothing out. I got to go in my bag. Because I want the people to be able to heal from it. Because that's all the trauma that you holding on to. Promises. Y'all know the song that you ain't even got. So you want communication, but you down. And I had to, what I'm telling y'all is something I learned too. I had to learn, and this is a few years ago. I had to learn whenever somebody says something that I don't like as far as a partner, I cannot shut down. Shutting down is for children. People say they want to be married. They want to do all this. Are you really ready to be married? Are you really ready? You can't shut down, baby, when you have a spouse. What you shutting down for? Kids do that. Why are we shutting down? You can say what you need to say. I can say what I need to say. We can agree to disagree and we can move on and not bring it up again. But see, that's the thing. That old enemy get to creeping up on you. And that 30 years later, as these said, don't talk about this because I'm drinking and I'm going to bring up all this shit. I'm going to bring it up. You know what I mean? So, stop shutting down. When you have a spouse, stop doing it. Ain't no kid getting married. What are we shutting down for? No. You want honesty, but you avoid hard conversation. And I like to say, with Libras, especially, they like to avoid confrontation in every way. Whether it be good or bad, and sometimes good confrontation is good. We just going back and forth, we having a dialogue and conversation, and we just don't agree within the conversation. That's all. I don't want to pew you, and I hope you don't want to pew me because you didn't like what I'm saying. So we got to stop avoiding conversations because taking too much energy. Your energy is there for a reason. Energy never dies. It never dies. You want effort, but you don't want to pour into yourself. Baby, before you get married or before you pursue somebody, be by yourself. It's more to getting your hair done. It's more to getting it done. It's more to that. What else? Where's your spiritual? What is your soul seeking? What is your soul after? Have you cleaned your soul? Or you jumping out of the pot into the frying pan and now you ready to cook? I'm being real. I'm just being real. How are you pouring into yourself? You got to pour into yourself. You can't ask me to pour into you and you ain't pouring in you. And I ain't talking about no liquor. Because they're going to fuck your kidney in your liver. I'm just saying. What are you doing to pour into yourself? You can't expect someone to meet your standards. You don't even live by. You asking for a person to come along, and this is just a hypothetical thing. You asking for your spouse to be the made $1 million, and you only make $1 million. Don't ask what you can't give yourself. Don't ask nobody that nothing that you can't give yourself that. Don't be asking that from others. Because somebody ain't got no PTO prepared to others. I'm just being real. Safe love isn't just about what you demand, it's about what you demonstrate. What's in you gonna come out. If brokenness in you, brokenness gonna come out. And a lot of melanated beings, they don't understand it. They don't see that. It's about what you demonstrate. You know? What are you portraying to be? Are you portraying to be this wholesome woman, but behind closed door, you in both pants? Like, ask yourself that. Standards versus fantasy. Some of us don't have standards. We just have fantasy. All I know, I want a tall, dark, and handsome, muscular beard and all that. When you cannot get that and still have a perfect man for you. Standard says, I need consistency. I need respect and emotional safety. I need to feel safe when I'm with you. I don't need to be with you and knowing if I have a pew too. Nah. Let go. A fantasy says, I want them to chase me, read my mind, never mess up, and heal me. And I think a lot of women get this part confused. You want a man to read your mind. Why? They're not psychics. They don't have the ability to do that. You know? I never wanted a man to read my mind, but I did want a man, and I still do, want a man to pick up what I'm putting down. If I'm showing you consistency and you see something not a certain way, I need you to step up and say, hey, baby, I saw this and I saw that. Let me take care of that for you. Or you need to say, let me tell you, just do it. You know? Let's be clear. Standards protect you. Fantasies, they set your ass up for failure. You got all of this, how you want a man, how you want a woman to be. Baby, you want a Coke bottle. You want some big pom-poms. You want all of that. And you get that, and she drive you crazy. What's wrong with the thick chick down the street? What's wrong with the chunky chick down the street? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the little flat pancake? What's wrong with that? Like, really, what's wrong with that? You chasing them fantasies and it really gonna set you up. I mean, set you all the way up. Seriously. How to actually live your standards? Let's get practical. Get clear on your non-negotiables. Write your vision and make it plain. Speak fluently what you want. Speak fluently on your negotiables. No, I'm not willing to negotiate that. Say that. If you don't want a man who drinks, I don't want a man who drinks. Don't say, oh, I want him to drink sometime of another, but then when he drinks, he get a little crazy. No. Not everything is a deal breaker, but some things they definitely should be. They definitely should be. Watch actions, not words. You better be checking them out. Checking them out. What them actions look like. He can say, baby, I'm gonna be nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna take care of you and your kids, I'm gonna do what I need to do. But then he don't even call you. Every time you talk is because you called him. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Some action, not them words. People will say anything, but some patterns, they'll tell you the truth. Ain't no way you talking to a man, he said he gonna call tomorrow, but he don't call you to the fourth day. And you answer. Why? It's the bare minimum. It's the breadcrumb for me. And this works both ways. Man, if you calling a woman and she ain't answering the phone, and she quote unquote says she like you, you got her attention, and she ain't answering that phone, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ladies, if he say he gonna call you tomorrow, he call you Thursday, why are you answering the phone? Why? What's broken in you that you got to answer because of the man? And that's all it is. It's the masculine energy that you want because you ain't never had it. You know? What you say, conversation's dead by that time. Yeah, it's dead. Because I'm telling you, I had this guy that I met, and he said he was going to call. We had a good conversation. He said he was going to call me. We was on the phone for hours. I thought we were connected. You know? He was a Capricorn. I thought we was connected. You little did you not know. He said, okay, the last conversation we had, he said, okay, I'm going to call you tomorrow, which was a Sunday. He didn't call Sunday. He didn't call Monday. He didn't call Tuesday. He didn't call Wednesday. He didn't call Thursday, but he texted Friday. So you know what? Ignore it. I never even opened the message. Because who do you think it is? Seriously. Who do you think this is? Who do you think I am? I ain't desperate, baby. By a long shot. Keep your texts. Go on. Move around. Spread out. I got your competition on the phone, baby. What are you talking about? So, no. Let's be clear. We watching actions, not them little words that y'all be. People gonna say anything. Hear me clearly, they gonna say anything. Set boundaries and enforce them. If nothing is changing, after y'all speak, your silence becomes your permission. Didn't I just say that before I even read it? No. You don't get permission. You don't get access. You had access, but access is denied. Definitely denied. Not no access grant. Denied. Denied. Be willing to walk away. Standards without the strength to leave will always be broken. Don't get so attached in the beginning. And a lot of men don't like when women say this, but date them all. Date them all. Notice I didn't say have sex with all of them. I said date them all. There's a big difference. And I think that the men get it construed it because they be like, I'm not going to talk to no woman and she over here talking to this because you're thinking in your mind that the woman is sleeping with the man, and that's not even the case. We just date them all, baby. May the best man win. Because if that's not the case, you're not going to feel you won the prize. Some men like to think that they the prize. Hey, there's another topic for day. I said back in a couple of my podcasts, you better treat it like a hostage in a robbery. Treat it as such, and you do not give up the hostage. You know what the hostage is. You do not give up that hostage. You just a man. And I'm not talking about a fur, a house, I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it. You know? I'm just saying, I ain't giving you nothing being did nothing. So what do you look forward to? You didn't. You ain't getting it. Oh, you took the Wendy's and got the 4 for 4. I can buy that for myself, baby. If I'm being honest. Be willing to walk away. Standards without the strength to leave will always keep you in a broken state. Self-check. Self-check, self-check, self-check. Ask yourself honestly, where have I lowered my standards just to keep somebody? We all done been there before. You ain't gonna be the first, you ain't gonna be the last. You ain't. You just ain't. What am I tolerating that I said I never would? Thank you for the gift. What am I tolerating? What am I accepting? Did I say that before? Ask yourself, am I asking for safe love, but choosing familiar pain? Again, this is because it's familiar. I know them, but you don't know what they're doing. You just know their body, so you think. Their body done caught a body that got you. See, I was going to take it there. I was going to take it there. You know, healing isn't just knowing better, it's choosing better when it's uncomfortable. Many times I didn't want to walk away. I had to lace them up and I had to stand on business. When I said this is your last time, this is your last time. This is your last time, baby. This is your last time. And it hurt me to my core. They hurt me to my core to walk away. But what you got going on over there, I ain't feeling it. So I got to stand on business. I can't no longer do anything. And now you giving a pattern of doing it. Because healing is just, it isn't just knowing better. It's choosing better even when your ass uncomfortable. Ooh, I'll be crying me a river tonight because this nigga went after the phone and go on cry. I'd rather go on cry and then later my soul hurt. I'd rather cry than later my soul hurt. We gotta stop choosing the familiar thing because it's convenient. But you put out what you attract. If you putting out BS, you're attracting BS. And some people, oh, why I keep attracting this? Y'all, I'm not telling you something after real. I'm telling you what I've been. I had probably maybe about 4 or 5 years now. Why I keep attracting these same guys? Either been to jail, sold a couple bags, thuggish. Why I keep attracting it? What's wrong with me? What's going on internally? And now you got to step back, look in the mirror, and you got to be brutally honest with yourself. What's the traumas I haven't overcame? What is it? Ask yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself. I know they tell you if you talk to yourself, you're crazy. You need to get a check. A la la. I don't know who came up with that. And the biggest one, lean not to your own understanding. Why would I lean not to my own understanding? I'm me. Wouldn't I know me better than anybody else know me? So choose you. Bet on you. Gamble on you. Heal you. As the song say, it starts with the man in the mirror. We brush our teeth, we washing our face, and you ain't even looked at yourself in the mirror. We going so fast, we doing that. Have you ever just looked? And when you look, you come up with something. Some gonna come up. Appreciate the gift. They gonna come up. Oh, I remember I did this. Oh, I remember I did that. That's what you get to saying to yourself then. And now you get what you ready to wash your face again. And when you do that, it's working. It's working. It's working out for you. It's working out for you. Them boundaries and enforce them boundaries on your partner, friends, or whatever y'all want to call yourself. Set it. Or as the saying says, set it and forget it. Wash your face and look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you're gorgeous, you're handsome. Brush that fade. Rub that fade. You know, it starts with the person in the mirror. Like, come on. You asking for something better because you know you deserve it better. And just because they tell you on the phone, don't mean that they need access to you all the time. Stop talking to people. Hear me clearly. Stop talking to people that you know deep down to your core ain't gonna show up for you in that way. Doing it. Stop giving your number out all the time. Stop talking to everybody that you cross paths with. Certain people you just hear across paths. Why you on the phone with everybody? You just seen somebody nigga at the grocery store. You just seen it at the grocery store. You seen it pumping gas. You just gave your number. You talking. Why? Why all these people got all these accents and then you wondering why you clap his head? If you tell somebody you feel like they may try to shoot you now, you know what I'm saying? If you get that number, but you better think of a number so quick, number that you repeat, and hop in that car and boil off. Because why is you giving everybody access to you? Stop talking to. I don't even care if it's a friendly way. That's you cloudy. You cloudy. No, stop talking. Oh, you pretty. Oh, you handsome. Okay. And then you is on the phone 40 minutes. And then by next week, you're going to say, oh, I gave him my number. You knew it when you did it. But something in them looked familiar to you. You may have had something the last person had you like. And now it's cool. You don't need to talk to everybody you cross paths with. Cover your head. If I were to talk to everybody that gave me their number, boy, do you know how many conversations they had with all of them? Now so by the time you get to the real person, you exhausted. Exhausted. I'd rather not be in a relationship. I don't want to date no more because it's too hard, it's too difficult. But you just sit up here and talk to 40 potentials. 10 might have been serious, but 5 only understood. You see how that list goes? That like you gotta be real with yourself, and you gotta be honest, and it's okay. It's okay to deny access, baby. What are you talking to you for? What are you talking to you for? You ain't talking about nothing. You told me I'm pretty. Okay, thank you for the. You held the door and walked in the store. Thank you for holding the door. Everybody don't need access. She hold your little money for you. Thank you. But she ain't for you. So you know to your core, she ain't for you. Like, nah. Stop giving access. Stop talking to all these people at one time. When you know none of them ain't no potential. When I say date them all, date them all. I didn't say give all of them access. This is my closing. Your standards don't mean anything if you only use them when it's convenient. The real flex is walking away when something doesn't align, no matter how much you feel them. If we ain't aligning, I don't want you around me. And some folks like to use even the yoke. Same difference. So if it's not aligning, no matter how much you feel, there's safe love, there's self-respect, that's growth. Let me say it again. Because I feel like some people from the back watching me. That means you're not clicking on the screen. You just watching from the back. You at the preview. The real flex, walking away when something doesn't line, no matter how much you feel. There's safe love, there's self-respect, and there's growth. So if this episode hit you, don't just listen to it, apply it. Later, you can go back and grab it on YouTube. Listen to it over and over if you need to. And if you know someone who needs this reminder, send it to them. Send it to them. I always do clips throughout the week that's connected to the actual podcast. Send this to them. Send it to them. This is the Safe Love Podcast where we choose better. Let me say it again. This is the Safe Love Podcast where we choose better. Not just talk about this. We do this. Okay? Your standards, they sound good. They sound good. But they don't protect you if you don't follow them. And with that being said, this is the end of the podcast. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that. If you have not already, hit the notification button. Subscribe always when I'm dropping some content. I love you. I leave my gratitude. Whatever I can do to be assistance to you, let me know. Let me know. You can email me. You can call me. All of my information is listed in my link above. Do that. Take advantage of it. I'm not in here to charge nobody. I'm giving this away for free. Because I want us to get right. You know? I want to get right. Thank you for all the gifts. I appreciate that. And I'll see you on the next episode next Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Bye for now.